Good evening and welcome back to the Madhouse. and good question, Stephen. I'm not quite sure it's a catenaccio, but it is a defensive style. I've kind of come to the conclusion that this is... Hi, Damien. I've kind of come to the conclusion that this is the hardest kind of save that you're ever likely to encounter. And I've only come across it once before, and that was with Burnley, and I never solved that. The game, in fact, solved it for me in the end. And so the only thing that I remember not trying in the Burnley, and the thing I've not tried in this one, is to play defensively. And so we've decided to do two things. We're going comprehensive in highlights, and for two reasons. For the first reason is the game's driving me nuts in key highlights. The imbalance in the in the amount of highlights that are needed to score is driving me nuts, and a game isn't played out like that. And the difference between a fullback and a wingback is the amount of risk that they're going to take. And we're going to look at that just right now. Hi, Saul. How are you doing? Because this is the setup that we've decided to take for the next... Hey, Sumai, how you doing? Oh, boy. And so we have decided to go defensive, and we're going to take a defensive mentality. This is totally radical for me. We're not touching the back line. We're leaving that for the smaller clubs as it is. And we're playing Leeds. And if we look at the schedule, we've got Leeds, Sheffield United and Oxford. And so I'm going to keep the attacking methodology, but playing with a defensive mindset for these three games. Then Brentford are a harder nut to crack, as well as Chelsea, and we'll look at what we probably do for those two games. Now, this wing back on support will probably, for the bigger teams, stay as a wing back on support, but he will probably now move to a full back on defend. And that basically means is that we're going to have a good defensive presence. We're going to be playing with a low block, and we're going to be playing with a higher defensive line. Step up more. I want to compress this space. And then the big difference is we are now going to counter-attack. And the goalkeeper's still going to roll it out. We're not changing that at all. But what we're going to do is we are going to play slightly more direct. We are playing a counter-attacking system. We're going to hit early crosses, still dribble less, and that ties in with hit early crosses. I don't want wingers or fullbacks trying to outsmart and outthink their defenders. Just cross it. And we're going to time waste a little bit as well. This will enable us to just take a breather during throw-ins and free kicks, etc., corners, just to, just waste a little bit of time. And so that's the big difference. And in terms of the smaller teams, we'll play a wing-back on support. Now, the difference between a wing-back, not a complete wing-back, a wing-back on support. Difference between a wing-back and a full-back is basically, thanks for my... is just, basically what the wing-back is going to do, he's going to start higher up the pitch. And if you watch the games, when the goalkeeper is distributing the ball, for example, you'll see that the wing-back is up near the halfway line. His starting position is much higher up the pitch than a full-back. A full-back on support, his starting position, when we have a goal kick or whatever, is going to be much nearer to the goalkeeper. And so it's about risk. A wing back is going to take more risk attacking wise than a full back. And so if you have a wing back on attack, he may well be, when we begin with the ball in this area here, the wing back may think it's good to be in this area on attack. On support, he's probably going to be around here so that he can go that way or that way. His job is just to support. But a fullback will his starting position will be much lower on the pitch. He has much more of a defensive responsibility than a wing-back. That's pretty much it. And so, hope that answers the question, Oleg. And so we are going to be playing with wing backs against the smaller teams, because I do want them, when we have the ball, to start higher up the pitch. I want them to be a threat eventually in this area of the pitch. I did think about playing them as inverted wing backs, but with an inside forward and a centre mid in here, do I want a wing back going in here as well? I decided now better leave them as wing backs on support, so that we can have some play down the flanks. They're going to provide my width. On this side, because we have a winger on attack, he's also told to cut inside with the ball. And so the wing back on support will only, even though his starting position will be higher, will only go past when the winger decides to cut inside. And that's pretty much how it goes. We have an underlap on the left, because I do want this winger to stop. When he gets the ball, I want him to stop, turn, and feed inside. Now what he will do is then he'll have support from his wing back, and he'll have support from the centre mid. And so the underlap will just force him to look inside rather than try and take them on outside on the flanks. We'll have some width here, but I have never played with a defensive I've never played with a defensive mentality, never ever. And so I'm testing it out, really. Does this defensive mentality make any difference? And we're about to find out. And we're going to play in comprehensive highlights. I've already turned the sound off this time and adjusted the noise level, and adjusted the highlights level. So we're going to play this game. Now I have changed the team a little bit, and I'm going on what training tells me. Zaire Emery is training very well, as is Avramov, training very well, as is Gomez. Gomez is playing like a hooligan, he's useless. But these guys are training well, and Zabernil is training very well as well. So I'm looking at who's training well. And I mean, for me, this is a pure experiment. I think unless I do something, unless I find the way, we're going to get the sack, which probably wouldn't be a bad thing, because, as you know, over recent weeks, I have got really fed up of this. And also, interestingly, last week there were no jobs available. Now there's a ton of jobs available, three in the Sky Bet Championship. And so there's jobs available, so it doesn't really bother me one way or another. And at the moment we're in 16th. We're desperately in need of points. And let's see. I mean, he doesn't. My assistant doesn't want me to play defensive, but I think it's necessary. We can put tackle harder on. And I'm going to let the assistant do this for now. But because playing in comprehensive, I'm going to have much more control over this. And let's go and play some football. It's going to be in comprehensive, but for me, that's going to be a lot better. Because it's going to... I'm going to have some control over what goes on. And also, it's not going to drive me nuts when they have one highlight and score. And it is important that we use our home advantage against a team like Leeds. And let's go and play some football. And let's find out what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm in comprehensive highlights now. So I will be able to see what's actually happening. And although I'm not a great believer in this being an absolute true reflection, and I don't want to see things like that, so I am going to take that off. I mean, the last thing in the world I want is a sending off. And although for you guys, you might think playing in comprehensive highlights is just way too boring for you to stomach. There are reasons why I'm doing it. and not least so that I can see what's going on. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. And interesting that we're still attacking, even though we are defensive. We're still pushing people forward, and we're still missing chances. I still can't score to save our lives. But if being defensive means that we are less vulnerable at the back, and getting beaten 6-0 by Arsenal was not pleasant. And I want us to be much more secure at the back. I've taken a chance by playing Zabernil simply on the basis that he's fast and that he has been training well. His average rating is poor. What I'm not seeing at the moment is pace, and they are instructed to play more direct, and they are instructed to play at a higher tempo. And what I'm not seeing is pace, a higher tempo. But that might just be the game can't show it. We have scored. Okay. Oh, it could be offside. Unfortunately, I forgot we could be offside. Looked like a good goal to me. It's been disallowed. But we are attacking them and creating chances in a better way than when we were playing in a positive way. So maybe it is something to do with the mentality that we're playing at. So we just don't know. I mean, that's not a good sign that goals are getting disallowed and we're missing chances. It's obviously not good. And it's not good that that winger seems to be having a field day down the left-hand side. So it might be that I decide that Biomo needs to go on a defend duty. Just need to, in 5 minutes, I'll just have a look at where Leeds are attacking, and they are focused their attack down the left by the look of it. And so I need to close up that left-hand side, which should be fairly well closed because we do have a DLP on a defend duty there, but it's not really closed off very well. Now we do have an overlap again here. We have another opportunity which has gone behind for a corner. But we are attacking more and in a better way, by the look of it, than we were when we were playing attacking and positive football. So signs are good, and we are preventing Leeds really from creating anything. We're not exactly doing anything ourselves, but at least Leeds are not creating stuff. They are going down the left again. And there is the ball over that wing back. And I do have to be careful here, and I'm going to just stop it. It's saying that they are attacking down the right-hand side. And that's not what I'm seeing, because I'm seeing more danger down the left-hand side. And this midfielder on attack might be what's causing the problem. So let's just for a minute make him a winger on support. And then let's see how that alters Leeds' approach in terms of trying to get the ball out to that winger who's causing a bit of a problem. But at the moment, we are definitely the better team. Offside. Oh, come on, referee. That would have been a sending off if I'd done that. Defensively, we look pretty solid. And that's, if you look at the wing backs, they are quite high up the pitch. Both wing backs are quite high up the pitch. And there's the difference between a fullback. And if we make him a fullback, he'll be a little bit further back. So at the moment, we are beating Leeds. That worries me when my goalkeeper does something like that. When he goes and punches it, it really worries me. But the moment we have the match momentum, we are attacking down the right-hand side. Our threat is coming from the right-hand side. Theirs seems to be coming from the left, and we've got to close that winger off. And that there was the winger coming back this time to take that left winger out. So it's probably the right decision to put him on support, because the fullback was vulnerable there. I also feel that it's time to play Noah Crisp in goal. And so this goalkeeper is on his last legs at the moment. You'll notice that nothing is happening in the penalty areas. And it's one shot each, not on target. Both teams' XG is negligible. But that'll do me. Survival means not losing and sneaking a goal now and again. And we have to survive. Now, S-Brand is a very good defensive fullback, so having him on a support duty doesn't worry me as much as this guy on this side, who is a central defender by and large. But we look good down the right-hand side on attack. Oh, we've hit the bar and we've scored. Yeah, I think that one will count. And even Danny Gomez likes playing defensively. Oh boy, how did that actually go in? I am not quite sure. We hit the bar. It was headed back in, and he just stuck his toe out, didn't he, in front of the defender. So we are a goal up. We are playing defensively, and suddenly we are a goal up, and the opposition don't look like they can hurt us at all. I've never ever played defensively before. This worried me senseless. But it's in the game for a reason, and maybe this is now when it needs to be used. I don't know. At the moment, I'm going to keep these boys, including Biomo, on a support duty because the winger is now helping him out. And although we're less of an attacking threat now as a result, the winger's doing a very good job helping him out. So at the moment, looking at things, we are the better team. I just want to have a look at Leeds, and they do seem to be focused down this right-hand side. So what they're doing is trying to get an overload on this right-hand side. They're condensing. You can see these two midfielders are drifting off to the right. So they're doing that and then switching the ball over to the left to their winger on the left. So it might be a good idea for me to put my fullback to tight mark the winger to cut that off. We seem to have got a lot of activity down the right-hand side. Nothing on the left. And that's probably, as you can see, we're in a defensive state down the right-hand side. So they're dictating play by causing an overload here and then switching the ball to the left. So what that might mean that we have to do, this is how I used to play the game, and this is when I'm happy playing the game. So the opposition winger, Jack Harrison, he's only on a 6.4, so he's not exactly hurting us at the moment, but at some point I might decide that we need him tight marked and taken out of the game. But he's not hurting us at the moment because his rating is poor. We're not doing too bad. And let's just, yeah, he does want to do something. So we'll go to the dressing room now and we'll talk to them. And so we're ahead on the scoreboard, and we deserve to be, so I'm pleased. Let's have more of it. And keep going, you have the ability. Let's keep going, boys. So let's go out there. We just want to keep an eye on this left-hand side. This guy, Harrison, and how well we are dealing with. What I want is 2-on-1 against him. And as long as Katera keeps coming back and doing his job, then that's going to work. But we also have to, at some point, try and stop them from playing that ball from right to left. And not give away silly free kicks. So now Harrison becomes a danger if they switch the ball. Yeah, there he is. He's a danger now. Offside. Defending well. That's not what I want him to do. I want him to be punting it. Because he's totally isolated there. And I didn't like that at all. But we look like we are an attacking threat, despite the fact that we are playing defensively. Leeds don't know how to deal with this. And we haven't created many chances. Our mentality is that we're only going to attack when we feel it's really safe. But there's another chance. Danny Gomez. The skin I'm using is Zealand skin. There are a few... no, this is... What skin is this? Oh, this is Work the Space. I switched to Work the Space this season because Zealand had a few issues in the skin. It's good, but the only problem is I have to switch across screens on the tablet to see the league table. That's the only thing. If we could put the league table on the main screen, I'd be a lot happier. But nobody at the moment is creating any chances, and that's how I want it. Biomo's having a very good game now, controlling that left-hand side because he has support from the winger. So I thought long and hard about how to play before going on air tonight. And I worked on it this afternoon. How do we play this? This is what I've come up with, and we are beating Leeds at the moment. I can't ask for more than that. Hey, Simon, how you doing? Yeah, Big Phil, because I got a little bit too many kilograms around the waistline. Although I'm not very tall. A little bit too many kilos. You could quite rightly call me Big Phil. I was actually at the doctor's this afternoon having my wound checked, and I talked about my weight. I need to lose weight. Not much, but enough. And so we are still creating chances. We have created 6 chances, which over 60 minutes is rubbish, I know. But Leeds have created 1, and this is what we need to be just very wary of. Now we have a 2-on-1 against him. And we'll deal with those every day of the week, hopefully. But we didn't deal with it very well. Oh, oh, we got away with one there. Yeah, I was in hospital last Monday, and I talked to the dietitian in the hospital, and she's given me a plan. Apparently, I'm supposed to pretend that I have a dog. Yeah, that's what she told me. And we'll make changes after this corner. Not. Oh, I thought we were going to score there. We'll make some changes now. Apparently I've got to pretend that I have a dog. And a dog needs walking, a small walk in the morning, a larger walk in the afternoon. And needs... Yeah, I was worried about Zabernil. He's not having the greatest of games. Katera, I think he's playing better than his 6.5 tells me. I think he's doing a very good defensive job, because now we have a 2-on-1 against the left winger. And the rest of the defense is fine. Tyler Adams probably is not having his greatest game. So I'm going to bring on Esposito. The transfer window finished. We pretty much went with the side that we had. We couldn't sell players. And so that made it a little bit difficult. And it was never going to happen after that. I didn't want to do any panic buys on deadline day when I couldn't sell players, just kept the money, and we'll have a look for a decent midfielder in January. Go on, Gomez. Oh, we are definitely causing Leeds some problems. Definitely. I'm keeping an eye on Zabernil, who has improved a little. But we look dangerous. We've just got to stick one in and then it's game over. But what I do want to do this is how I used to play the game. There's nobody really. If you look at their passing, it's not great. They're shooting. They've only had 1-2 shots now. All of them off target. They're not really causing us any problems. Their defense is not great, so maybe we should be thinking about attacking them a little bit more, but I'm going to leave it until the last 10 minutes and then might attack them a little bit more. But defensively, even though we've got a high line, we've got them tied up. The low block is quite effective in tying up opposition forwards. But when I look at the positions on the pitch, it doesn't add up to me. That's another corner. Come on, let's just stick one of these away, boys. We've got this. And this, for me, is much better than playing in key highlights because I'm getting a football match experience now, not a total nonsense in terms of the amount of highlights that are shown for each team. Yeah, you could, yeah. Ah, boy. But again, we're through. We have a chance. Oh, but instead of squaring it, he decides to take it on himself. In terms of attacking ability, we still haven't got any. I do need to make a couple more substitutions after this corner. Come on, boys, come on. We've had how many corners? 6 or 7 now. Not to be. Well, our attacking is terrible. Our attacking is dreadful. Katera, maybe it's time for him. But I've used my right winger because, of course, my other wingers are injured. So I've used my winger. But Amarov is not playing very well. I've also brought into the squad 2 players from the under-21s. I don't know how good they are. But I think I'm about to find out. So we'll call it that. We have actually been much the better team. Much. According to the stats, we fully deserve to win this game. But we haven't won it yet, of course. But if Leeds score more than 1, then I've been cheated. Because they have not been a threat at all. And we've pretty much locked them down. I don't believe this. Our attacking prowess is absolutely shocking. Katera does need to come off now. He's very tired. So I'll switch Aina over onto the right wing. And I'll bring on Max Aarons, who's not really a left back, but we'll bring on Aarons at right back. Good defending. Come on, block it. Oh, they've equalised. I don't believe FM. Ah, come on, FM. What are you doing? After all that we have dominated this game, this is like, I don't know if Bournemouth have just been selected as the hardest save. Goalkeeper. I'm going to play crisp from now on. The goalkeeper was really poor. 6.5 before that. Crisp has to play. I know he's only a half-star goalkeeper, but he's playing better than any of the other 2. I just think that this is there are levels of difficulty within each save. And this, I think, is the top in terms of difficulty. Because you cannot score, you can't sell players, and there are players in the dressing room who you don't know who they are that are causing the team not to play very well. And now Leeds have another opportunity. He's offside. And what I've got to do now after this is close the game down and accept it's going to be a draw. Because we don't look like we can score. As much as we are attacking, we don't look like we can score. So it's time to close the game down. Because we don't look like we can score another one. It was really about holding on. And we couldn't hold on. But all round, it was a very good performance. Can't really argue with that. But we're still creating chances. Oh, yes. So that's defensive, is it? Well, 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 well. So that is playing defensive. We look better attacking, playing defensive, than we do when we're attacking. Oh, I need to put the... whoops. I need to put my... He's now going to become a fullback on defend. So he should have... He's got... This winger has 2 people now watching him. So hopefully that threat has gone. Worried about this goalkeeper. He doesn't come for the ball. Good tackle. I think, please, we've got to be able to hold on. We held on for 86 minutes. They got a fluky goal, and we've got to be able to hold on now. I've closed the game down now. Offside. Leeds are definitely putting on a bit of a show at the end, so we're going to go very defensive. And my centre mid is now going to go as a centre mid on defend. It's just 5 seconds, referee. Well done, well done. It's the quadruple on. Well, anything's possible. And this must be, that's offside. This must be the last kick of the game then. Come on, referee. We don't want another 3 minutes that you decide to add on just for the hell of it. We're now at 95 minutes. Let's keep it real, referee. No cheating. Look at this time wasting is awesome. And the full-time whistles. He should have had a yellow card for that. The referee got so bored, he just decided to blow the whistle. And that was a good result. I mean, I'm saying we didn't play at our best, but we desperately needed those points. So that is playing defensive, is it? And I swear to you, I have never played defensive in my life before. And we will do exactly the same thing for the next 2 games. It becomes more tricky when you're playing against teams like Brentford and Chelsea. But for these 2, frustrating. Sheffield United shouldn't be that great. So it should be just the same. Frustrate them, stop them scoring, and then try and sneak a goal. That is my plan. And, well, we got a result against Leeds, but it usually does let me win the first game. So there's nothing to it. There's nothing to them. And a team full of confidence and should be absolutely slaughtering these. But we're not full of confidence. And there's actually nothing to them. I don't know why I'm seeing this like this. Is this a Sheffield United team report? Normally I get a nice comparison chart for this, but I'm not getting it in this one. Their defenders, I need to go to physicals, do have good pace. $13 is good. Their strikers do not have good pace. Their pace is not something interesting. So we'll keep the line higher. Simon, I 15th. We should be doing better than this. I should be doing better. And I think one of the things that's happened to me, Simon, is that I have lost the plot myself, and I've allowed the game to control me. By playing in key highlights, I've just allowed the game to control what's going on, because it didn't seem fair to me in key highlights. That was a much better picture for me of what happened during the game. It's not realistic, but it did show both sides attacking, both sides missing, and not just one side being complete clowns and the other side being absolutely clinical because they only need one highlight. So I still have 4 key players missing. Favre is a bigger miss than I realised, and he's out for another 3 months. Breno, I'm not interested in my goalkeepers. Crisp is going to play. I've got McAtee out for 7 weeks. And Danny Gomez, he played injured in the last game. So injuries-wise, we're not doing very well at all, which is why I brought in Mason Crotcher, who's a forward. And if the forwards don't buck up, this young lad is going to get a game because he can't play any worse. I like his physicals. That's what I like about him. He's 21 years old. He should be getting first-team football. His physicals are good. His mentals are awful, and his technicals are awful. But that does, for me, if he's a physical player, that might do something. And I've also found, who else was the other one? Henry Domingue, who is a winger. And I don't think he's that bad. He's 19 years old. I desperately need cover out here. And I think he will do the job. He won't be very good, but he'll do a job for me. And the way these boys are playing in terms of their ratings, I mean, Katera is a 6.65. This boy cannot do any worse than that. Favre, who is the main man, is a 6.53. So it might be time to play some of these boys, give them a shot. Yeah, small, terrible jumping. I mean, he's, I don't know, there's just something about him that I like, and if these forwards don't start to play better, and Danny Gomez did score last time, but if they don't start to play better, he'll be getting some game time because he can't do any worse. That's the math. That's the reasoning behind it. To me, it was probably the perfect advert for football. That Liverpool-Man United game, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And yes, of course. Oh, the Sheffield United defence. All right. So. Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was incredible. And yes, I'm a Manchester United supporter, so obviously I'm going to be very happy. But I think I would have enjoyed the game if we'd lost 4-3. I'd have enjoyed the game so much as well. It was just a perfect advert for football. And a real blood and thunder game. Mistakes made on both sides. It was just an incredible game of football. And Liverpool will be kicking themselves that they didn't bury the game when they were 2-1 up. They should have buried the game during that half-hour spell, and they didn't. That's how we had them last time. I don't know what he's whinging about here, but I'm going to put Mepham back in the team because I don't think that the other geezer filled himself with glory. Zabernil didn't. Zabanil, he didn't convince me. So I do have to. We have S-Brand. He's put Biomo. Biomo has a bit of pace. So Biomo would be better playing as the cover. So they're good two central defenders. I just worry that Mepam might be the man that is causing the team to play badly. Amaroff, yeah, he didn't play very well last time out. But I do need another fullback, which will be Aina. And then Dorrington, Esposito will come in as a midfielder. Amaroff midfield right. And this is where Kocha will come in for Parrott. And that means there's no room in the team for Icardi, because Domingue will come in as the winger. Parrott will come in there. And Noah Crisp is coming in goal. Breno I've fallen out of favour with. So Gregario, what have I done there? Gregario can go on the bench for Breno. He's only a 1.5 star goalkeeper, but he's got a rating of 7.45. And he's tiny. He's got terrible jumping reach. His attributes are all over the place. But you can't argue. Look at his last two games, 7.5 and 7.4. You can't argue with that. And now he's changed his mind. He wants... Oh, no, he hasn't. I changed his mind. I put the fastest one as the cover. Will rise. Thank you very much for your vote of confidence, Sumi. Although I don't really go with it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens now when we come up against Sheffield United. I've often thought that the way people perhaps are not beating teams at the bottom of the league because they're not going about it in the right way, myself included. And I did say in the episode before last that it's possible that you might have to defend against teams at the bottom of the league. And so far against Leeds, it paid off. Now we got the real bottom of the league team here. And so defending against them, stopping them scoring and taking advantage of the fact that they are not great at the back. I don't want to do that because they are quite pacey at the back, as I recall. Ah, we've got that back now. So their defence, in terms of pace, yeah, they're very pacey at the back, so it's pointless passing into space. They're going to beat us to the ball. We've got to pass it to feet in this one. Danny Gomez is now officially fit. He wants to change the team again, only to... I made those changes, so I'm not too worried. And he wants to play positive and he wants to tackle harder. Well, I don't want to give away free kicks because we're useless at defending against set pieces. So we'll go with what we've got, and I'm happy with that team. If it goes wrong, it's my problem. And always do this. If you do ask your assistant, he's changed all the instructions between the initial one and the dressing room. So he's changed all the instructions. Go out there, make sure that they are left in no doubt that we are the favourites. I do always worry about games like this. They are, without a shadow of a doubt, the hardest games in FM to win. And yeah, if you go on holiday, your assistant wins them at will. But you try doing it yourself. Are we just going to play the way that worked for Leeds? Defensive, keeping the ball, counter-attacking. And trying not to float crosses. Yeah, we should be doing low crosses. I wonder if putting them on a more disciplined approach, stick to the tactic approach, would help. Hey the wizard, how you doing? Up the cherries. Yep, right up them. The arse man. I actually use my assistant quite a lot. I'm probably the only person who plays FM who actually does use his assistant quite a lot. I've got a very good assistant manager, and I just feel that sometimes I get things wrong. And I've been a manager all my life, and I've always asked people for advice. My deputy managers, my supervisors, I've always taken on board what they say. And I don't always do what they want, but I'll always think about it. So I'm one of those who actually uses the assistant manager quite a lot, especially in before the game meeting, where he'll tell you sometimes focus play down the left, just out of nowhere, and that's worth keeping an eye on. Why does he want me to do that? So the unusual, I know there's a lot of people out there who think, I don't need to bother with the assistant manager, and you probably don't. But I don't know, if I'm playing the game in depth, then yeah, I'm going to use him quite a lot. Just asking for another opinion, really, that's what you're doing. And we are a bit under the cosh at the moment, and we're going to get into trouble here. We've got a red card. Now normally with a red card, we are in desperate trouble, aren't we? Right at the start of the game. I think I'm going to do something unusual here. I'm going to sacrifice my forward. And we're going to put him as a fullback on support now. Actually, no, we'll just put him as a wing back on support for now. I can't go back one, which is what I would normally do. I'm not going to go very defensive. There's nothing you can do about that. When that happens, there's nothing you can do. But a game that we desperately needed to win. It's a bit unfair. Straight red card for what was a nothing tackle in the 13th minute. And there was my yeah, see, we didn't actually go get stuck in. My assistant was telling me get stuck in. But we'd probably have 3 sent off by now then if we got stuck in. This winger needs to be on support now. We're just looking for a 0-0 draw at this point. We're not going to score. Unless we score from a set piece, of course. Shoot the ref. I'm not. I don't know why you're calling this a title charge. I would call this an absolutely desperate bid to survive in the Premier League. That's what I'd call it. Now, can we have a Sheffield United player sent off as well? See, even now we're still playing defensive, but we're attacking more than Sheffield United. Go on, hit it! This is what part of the game that I don't understand. When I'm playing defensively, I've got 10 men, and we are still attacking the opposition. That's it, hoof it behind. I'm actually thinking that one of the things that I could do is go more direct. No, I don't want to do that because I want to actually play slightly shorter, don't I? Because I'm lacking someone up front to go chasing after it. So I want to play slightly shorter. And it might be a good idea to slow the game down as well. And we're still creating better chances than Sheffield United. And we've scored. How does this defensive system work then? Because we're attacking more than we were. Noah Crisp has been like a little superstar. He's just... What was their goalkeeper doing? Okay, this gets interesting. Now what I want to do... I want to slow the game down a little bit now. Slow the pace down. Let's just let's have a look at where they're attacking. Where's their attacking threat come? There isn't an attacking threat really. Most of it's down the right. So let's get him on defend. Let's get him on a defend duty. Stop them. And let's have a look at their passing. Nobody's really causing a problem, even to our 10 men. And that might be the best way to have approached this. Take your forward off. We can hold on to this. We'll go into 12th. Might be a title challenge after all. I just don't want to click that button at the moment. Interestingly, how we are the better side still. But apart from that, that's Mepham. I've got a funny feeling he is the problem. Him or one of those two, Alex Scott, or was the other one Tyler Adams? They might be the problem. Go on, son. Go on. Their goalkeeper. What's his rating? Current rating at the moment? Don't know. But what we definitely don't want to be doing is pressing too much. We're going to keep an eye on the pressing that we're doing. And we want to... It's pretty good at the moment. It's pretty good. And maybe I have to think about this. That's why I need to keep an eye on the amount of pressing that we're doing. Because I don't want to see any signs of players going past because they're rushing out. But if we can defend well, good challenge. I think it's now time to do something. Coming up to half time. Noah Crisp. Calm down with the chants. Oh, Crispy's having a lovely game again. Except he'll make a mistake in a minute. Somebody will make a mistake in a minute. Nicely done, nicely defended. I'm looking at our shape, which isn't very good. Go on, that's lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Well done, Traore. Just trying to have a look at our shape, which doesn't look very good. Crisp for the Ballon d'Or. Absolutely. What a good young goalkeeper he is. If we can get a goal from this set piece now, this would be really cool. But before that, I just want to have a look at our shape. Look at our shape. This is terrible. So 3 is our... This is S-Brand. What is he doing up here? Or is that... He's way up the pitch, isn't he? But he's supporting 14, who's gone forward. This... Oh no, is this Brandon Williams? Am I reading this wrong? I don't know. But our shape looks really poor. Oh, I mean, we are so much better than the opposition. We've had all the possession, all the creativity has been for us. If we could score, this wouldn't be a bad team. Now this is dangerous. Nicely done. Putting that winger on support. He's actually on support at the moment. It just doesn't show. It just doesn't show. Yeah, he's on support at the moment. Now the rain's coming. So shorter passing might not work so well. That's not going to work because he's having to run from no man's land. But that's okay. He's going to get tired though. It kind of, this gives you, this is how I used to play Football Manager. And a lot of the time I'd play in full match. Because it kind of lets you see if there's anything that's not right. You don't suddenly have 2 highlights against you and then find yourself 2-0 down. Well, it does happen. It's rare. But you also see who's playing well, who's blocking, who's intercepting, who's positioning himself badly. Come on, we can do this. I'm so really happy with your defensive work. You weren't that bad. Why is he nervous? Why is he nervous? I'm a little bit worried about our shape that we're in, but hey ho. Just want to go to get his take on this. There's a lot of hard tackling going on here, but I don't think we're going to get a second man sent off. That would be really cruel. So we're actually doing all right. We're doing okay, boys. Even a draw, coming out of this with a draw would be good. I definitely do not want him dribbling. I'm going to tell them to be more disciplined now. They have to be more disciplined. Follow the plan. Follow the plan. Do not do anything that you think is good but might be seen as reckless. I'm wondering, like, this might be a good idea. And the reason why that might be a good idea, is because we're a man down. And I really just want to compress that space. And then both of these, let's pause this. Both of these can go on defend. But I also want them to sit narrower. Let's compress all the space on the pitch. Hey, Get Snapped, how you doing? Oh, see? Crispy. Oh, no, he didn't tip it over. I thought he actually tipped that over, but it just went straight over. Win the second ball. Very important. Win that second ball. Didn't do it. Oh, I say. How many yards out was that? So they're getting desperate. That's a good sign. And we're going to be a full back shot for 3 games now, aren't we? Oh, off the line. Just shout at them. You need to tell them to focus. Oops. Focus, boys. Focus. Our shape is incredible. Why are we all over the place like that? Ah, they've equalised. Oh, dear. I thought we were. Oh, no, we were playing early crosses. That's a mistake. I forgot. I didn't see that. Oh, and I don't think with 10 men that we can win this. We can't. I mean, it's a good save by Crispy in the first place, but it should have gone round the post. We can't win, really, with 11 men. I don't see how we are going to win with 10 men. I mean, I'll compress the pitch as much as I can. Set piece is 50-50. Not much you can do about that. But Leeds equalised late on, didn't they? And we came back at them and scored again. We've been the better team. Attacking-wise, we've been the better team again. We just need to put a chance away. We've had enough of them. There's another set piece. Can we get a goal from a set piece? Just patience. We might still come out of this okay. I'll take a draw. I'll absolutely take a draw with 10 men any day of the week. What I don't want is... Oi, referee, red card. That's exactly the same as the red card we had. So now, I mean, I'm completely defending now, but maybe I don't want to be doing that. So let's put them back as wing backs on support. Let's try and create some chances. I mean, we can't go gung-ho and start running up the pitch, creating pro. We can't. We'll get caught out at the back. We just got to keep defending. Right, just try and spot where the danger is. What I might have to do, what I'm going to do is type mark these two. Give my midfielders something to do. Stop them passing. And one of the things about this Bournemouth team is that they are pretty poor at set-piece defending. But we have a very good set-piece coach. And I did try to look for another set-piece, but there isn't anybody better who's available. So couldn't change the set-piece coach. We need to press, boys. I know you're tired, but we need to press them, close them down. Right, let's get some subs on. Get some fresh legs in the mix here. He's nervous, he's nervous. No, Bayoma will better on cover. He's faster. And he's nervous, Traore. Troy Parrott did quite well when he came on last time against Leeds. Alex Scott's having a nightmare game. Well, that will do for now. That's 4 subs that we've used. We'll need somebody to come on later, I'm sure. No, please don't give a goal away here. Set pieces are my worst nightmare. Voodoo shit somewhere else again. Nice, nice, we're in. Come on. One good pass. Oh, boy, what's he doing? Oh, I thought we were in there. I thought we were going to get it then. Katera's having a good game. I think it helps him being on support because he's actually back defending a little bit more. Not so isolated. Would be nice if we could score from a set piece occasionally. But we don't play very well from set pieces, and I don't know why, because we have an excellent set piece coach. And there is nobody better I can find that's available. It might be that the players don't get on with the coaching staff. I don't know, maybe it's the coaching staff that I have to change. Oh, say, Crispy had it covered. Oh, Noah, baby, had it covered. Don't worry about it. We've just got, like, can we hold on for 15 minutes? I think we deserve a draw. I can't see it myself. FM loves a late goal. Go on, Crispy, where are you? Well done, Aarons. But it's another set piece. Tyler Adams is not playing very well and probably needs to come off. Esposito can come on for him. That should be dealt with. Nice one. Nice one. Counter, counter. No. In fact, he's up there on his own. He would have to be... Oh, that's the trigger press that I don't like. Well done, though. Well done. Oh, no! Crisp! What a save. What a save from Crispy. Noah Crisp is on a 6.5. Has he been blamed for the goal? I think that's a bit unfair. I think he's had a very good game. Let's tell him to focus. Encourage. Go on, guys. We can do this. Let's put that centre mid now on defend. Offside. Thought we were going to give away a penalty there. Actually, no, I don't want to put him on defend. I want him on support. But I'm going to tell him to hold his position. I mean, bet Danny Gomez, he probably wondered, what is he taking the forward off for? It was the only logical thing to do. And we're still attacking, even with 10 men. We're still giving them a good game, and we've played with 10 men since the 13th minute. Give us a chance, groundsman. We've got 5-6 minutes to go. How can I actually make this better? I don't think there is anything more I can do. I'm not going to regroup or hold shape because we have to have some kind of attacking threat. And there's an attacking threat. Oh, I thought we'd got it for a minute. Come on, boys. Come on. We deserve this. We do. We deserve this. Max Aarons is going off. Is it injured, is he? I haven't been told anything about this. Is he coming back on? He looks fit and healthy according to this. So what's he doing over there? Far post. Oh, and he's come back on, has he? Oh, Bayomo, what are you doing? Come on, boys. You've got this. We can do this. Oh, that was a save. And Noah Crisp is on a 6.5, and he's obviously been blamed for the goal. But I think he doesn't deserve a 6.5. He's made some stunning saves. That's a penalty, ref. Come on. This ref is a little bit one-sided. Good tackle, son. This looks dangerous. Offside. In all fairness, they've defended really well with 10 men. And they have, up to this point, if we can hold on. Oh, Crispy, well done, baby. I thought he was going to give a goal away there. Okay, you can end this highlight now, FM. It's okay, we've seen enough of this highlight. Go on, you got it. You put him under pressure. You got it. We're in. We're in. Come on, get with him. Get with him. Oh, why didn't you wait? Wait, son. Oh, my God. Come on, it must be time up now. Let's win this ball. Nicely done. Now, don't do anything silly, Crispy. That's all right. But let's win this ball. Oh my God, this is a bit nervy now. That's it, full time. I'll take a draw with 10 men. Whew, that was hard work. That was very hard work. I had to make a number of changes in that game. But we did it. And we're now in 14th. We're now 6 points clear of the drop zone. Oxford and Brentford. Well, it could be this. If this is going to be like Burnley, it could be. You could be right, Sumi, that that we are going to be a second half of the season team. He's going to miss the next 2 games. All domestic, so he's going to miss the cup game and 1 Premier League game. And unless I get some players back, I'm going to be in trouble here. Oh, we've dropped down to 15th again, but there's a lot of teams on 10 points. And I don't think we'll get a player sent off for a little while now, so that's good news. So, what of Oxford? Oxford are a League One team, aren't they? I just feel like I want to play a total reserve team for this game. See what the assistant says. I just really feel like I want to play a reserve team out there. I'm not really interested in the Caribou Cup. Although it's the kind of season that the game's... Oh, he's obviously rotating a lot. Who's Charlie Stevens? Never heard of him. Well, let's put that in and then go and have a look at it. Interesting selection. Ndor, Amramoff, Troy Parrott, Charlie Stevens in midfield. I'm not sure about that one. Aina. Yeah, he deserves a game, I guess. Estebrand. But I don't want to play him as a DLP. I've got players like Esposito. Come on, as my mouse. Who should be getting game time. And other players who are not getting enough game time, like Zaya Emery, but he's tired. Alex Scott. We don't need to play Stevens. Esbrand. I mean, he's tired, but probably will be okay in a day. Max Aarons needs a rest. Boyomo needs a rest. Noah Crisp can play. This is the problem, is left back, isn't it? That's the big problem. We have no left back. Where's Iena? He's on the wing, so he can't play on the wing. I'm going to play... Who's that winger that I brought in? Where is he? Where's that winger? He's gone from my squad. The assistant manager has gone and put him back. Has he? Where's he gone? Well, it was Pontes. Pontes. So I want to give Pontes a game here, which will put Aina on the bench. And I got any number of defender rights. Mepam Aina. It's a real problem. Frederickson is your man for defender right. Gomes is the forward. Couple of youngsters. Oh my good lord, it's a mess. Traore will come in at midfield. Not necessary for Jaden Anderson. Mason Kocher, good call. I'm struggling for a left winger as well, am I? Where have all my left wingers gone? Parrott is playing as the... That's why. That's why. Parrott, who's the left winger. Danny Gomez is a left winger. But I want someone else playing as the centre mid. It's a bit of a nightmare, this. Let's bring Carl Herrera in there. Troy Parrott now will be the left winger. I'm really short of players. I think I've only got a first 11. And they're tired. Troy Parrott. Yeah, let's go with that. Crisp's training report. Performed well. Morale is still really poor. Check out the top quality talent, Nick Kerr. He's in the championship. Okay, let's type him in. Nick Kerr. He's not listed. Are you sure his name is correct? Because he's not listed here. And we should be picking up players from the championship. Hey Johnny, how you doing? Oh, I see. Right, to say Nicker. Nicker's money, isn't it? This is the boy I want. Baleba. He's the boy I want. 23 years old. To me, look at those mentals and physicals for like a lower league, Premier League team. This is the boy I want. That's him. If I can get him, I'll be happy. But he's just at the moment too much money. So I'm going to be without my left back for Oxford and Brentford. I'm really struggling to put a team together, as you saw. Really struggling. But undeterred. Katera, attacking movement, ball control, final third. Showing no improvement. Zaya Emery, yes, I agree. Let's train some people here. Yeah, but the thing is, Wizard, you'll get my channel banned for use of bad language. YouTube will take it down. So this is going to be a little bit of a... I think we should hard tackle these, give them a little... Pontes. He's my unknown. He's not very fit. He might last till half time, though. He's not very fit. But I just don't have... I just don't have people who can play there. Aino will have to come on at probably half time. Well, they seem happy about the team selection, but then I didn't have any choice. I don't have anybody. The favourites for a reason. I should have said I want to see a good performance out there. But this isn't going to be a walkover by anybody's stretch of the imagination. And in fact, if we go out, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I'd like to get a win because it keeps the green and yellow dots on the screen. And there's, like, I don't want any red dots at the moment. Oof, crispy. Yeah, why not the Wizard? These are like they're like the old coffee cup names, aren't they? When I was living in Indonesia, I often used Iva Bigan. What's your name, Iva Bigan? So I often used that one. So yeah, they're just like the coffee cup ones. Nick Kerr. So far, so good. So far, so good. Keep defensively tight, and we'll get through this. But not like that. That was... Who was that? That was Carl Herrera, showing the quality of his finishing. What is his finishing there? 8. I think we should be telling him not to shoot very often. Oh, yes, Storrington. Let's tell him to shoot less often. We are ahead. I mean, they're a League One team, so I think we should be winning this, but, like, this is not a walkover. We're a team that's really struggling. We can't score goals. A tough game is coming after this, Brentford. I'm going to have my wits about me for Brentford. That, Oxford, is that your best? Because that was terrible. He's offside. Woof, what a good dribble. Crispy. I'll tell you what, we might have found a good little goalkeeper. His attributes are terrible. But he just keeps making save after save. He's going to make mistakes. He's young and not used to this kind of football. So he's going to make mistakes, but his overall performances are better than the 2 3.5-star goalkeepers that I've got. That is really weird. Come on, let's score from a set piece. Come on. You got this, boys. There he is, Herrera. Just don't shoot. Good pass. Nicely done. Who's Kamasan? He's tired, but he's having a tidy game. Pontes is also tired. Those two are the tired players. Oh, who was that? That was Dorrington. After you've scored, you go and do that, do you? Good tackle, Kamasan. His name is... I can't see the mic. I can't see it. It's underneath the heart symbol, which seems to be stuck on the chat. So I can't see it until somebody else pops something in and moves the comment up. Mike Hawk something. Mike Hawk. Mike Hawk. Almost a good one. Almost a good one. I think we need to press this team a little bit more. That's offside, is it? Possible offside. It looked offside to me. But I think we need to be pressurizing this team a little bit more. No, it's been given. So I'm going to counter press. And I want us to trigger press more often. Looked offside to me. One of their wingers is causing me a problem. Their left winger is causing me a problem. So Pontes needs to come on to a support duty. It's causing this fullback a little bit of a problem. Now what we've got to do is score. Who fouled there? I didn't see it. Well, this is not good, actually. We're not winning this football match. Oxford are winning it at the moment. We're not getting our foot in when we should be. So what do I need to do? I need to open the game up a little bit. Not with this young team, I don't think. What's really interesting is we don't win anything in the air, but they keep floating these crosses in. And this is a sign that the team's not playing for each other. I'll have to give him a shout in a minute. Demand more. Yeah, they're League One, but it's by no means a pushover. That's terrible. Ndor is an absolute nightmare. Should never have bought him. I need to push the line up much higher. We're causing us too many problems. And what I need to do is tight mark these two boys. Stop them getting balls through the middle. Right, come on, who's this? Ndor. Oh, I don't know. Why am I paying him £35,000 a week? He can't do anything. He is terrible. We're going to get those tired players through to half-time. Penalty, ref! He's given a free kick, is he? Not a penalty. Looked inside the box. Scott's gone down injured as well. That's not good. But his heart is saying he's okay. Oh, no, he's gone. He's gone. Got to get him off before it becomes really serious. So we're not even at half time yet. I'm looking at 2 substitutions. And I can't afford to lose any more midfielders. Pontes is also really tired. And we're not even at half time yet. And I have to play somebody who can't play as a right winger. What a mess. And I've got now 2 more injuries to deal with. What a mess. I don't know what the game is expecting me to do. It's expecting me to do that, or face all these challenges now without any players. That's this is the, if you ever come across something like this, it's the hardest save that you can possibly have. And I thought I'd seen the last of it with Burnley. But it is dreadful, absolutely dreadful. And now, on top of everything else, the game's expecting me to do it without any players. Esperand is getting tired, but I don't have another full back that I can bring on. He's just going to have to play tired. So they need to be told I'm not pleased. But for a team like Oxford, I am going to push high up in a moment and attack them. Just going to change our approach in a moment. Defending's okay, but it's not doing us any good against this little team. And I think after this will be a time to go a little bit more attacking. Right, let's go attacking. So we're now going to push up. I don't know if this is going to work, but I just got this funny feeling that I have to do something a little bit different here. We're going to push these lines much higher up. And I think possibly keep the ball away from them. We'll try that. I mean, yeah, how did it not go in? Because we're being made to struggle. That's why. That's why the Wizard. Because everything in this save is about us struggling. This is real survival stuff. Keeping your head out of that relegation zone. Doing whatever you can. So now we're going to go actually attacking, not... The left wing back is going on attack. Oh, we've hurt him anyway. Get stuck in, boys. Got to remember, I've only got 2 subs left, haven't I? Can't go using subs yet. Well, this is a little better now that we're a little bit more attacking. Got them on the ropes. S-Brand is not playing very well. Need to give him a shout. Fire him up. Now they're just like rear guard defending. And counter-attacking. Nicely done. Again? He's a bit of a nuisance, isn't he? We got a right winger who needs seeing to. Go on, Kocha. I said I like the look of him. Just not doing it, are we? It will come in a few games' time, in 5 or 6 games' time, whenever it's going to be. The switch will be switched on. And as long as we've survived somehow, we'll get a good run of results. At the moment, it's all Bournemouth. What a manager. What a manager. Switching to attack. Oh, boy. Herrera is tired. Finally got a chance of putting this game to bed now. Now let's get another one. Traore, well done, Sam. But like they're a League One team. It's just like a challenge. It's not rigged, it's a challenge. Every computer game has different levels, and the FM is no different. If you notice, when you play in Season 1, you always do well. Season 2 is a little harder, but you still do well. Season 3, you're not doing too bad either. But then Season 4, things start to go wrong. And that's how you know every level is a different challenge. And it never gets easier. You never reach Season 6 and suddenly go back to the way things were in Season 1. It's never going to get easier. It's always going to be a struggle. But if you've bought good players by Season 6, then you should be winning things anyway. So that's how this game is designed. It's no different to any other computer game. I'm going to go back to positive now. By virtue of the fact that some players are getting tired. I'm also... And that's a tired clearance. And I'm also going to pull the line back 1 notch. And I do need to make a sub. I've got 3 very tired players. These 2 will have to stay on. They're forward players. They don't have to work as hard as the defenders. Aina can come over onto the left. Fredriksson can come onto... Crisp is only on a 6.5 again. I think he's had a great game. Unless he's getting blamed for the goals. Troy Parrott can come on that. By Season 6, yeah. You get that fed up of it. Crisp is having a magnificent game. Why is he only on a 6.5? This is... Like, for a guy who's only got 11 aerial ability, he just did an absolutely phenomenal job there. Go on, let's get the third goal. Let's put this away. No, not there. I mean, in all fairness, the team I've got out here is not exactly a good football team. So in all fairness, we're just about doing enough against a League One team. This boy's playing well on the right wing. He's not getting any help, though. So let's tell Parrott after this corner. We'll tell Parrott to go and help him a little bit. So we'll tell Parrott to stay wider and help him out a little bit, Sunshine. Because he's actually having a very good game. But he's on his own out there. Oof. They're defending for their lives now. Come on, one more and we've got this. No, I don't. You mean in the game or in real life? Do I have a son or a grandson? And the answer, I guess, is if you mean the game, I've never had one. And in real life, the answer is exactly the same. I've been single all my life. So the answer would be exactly the same for both questions. Yeah, I mean, crikey, I played FM for 15 years. That's not a good thing to be doing if you're thinking about marriage. Oh, come on, referee. He's just like put him down. Come on, ref. He's now absolutely done in. Okay, so he's going to be injured as well. Does anybody know how to take a player off? Yeah, we'll take him off. And we'll put him on defend. Make him a fullback on defend. Centre mid on defend. We will focus play down the right hand side. Keep the ball. Be more disciplined. Oi, not that. What are you doing? And then that's okay. Hold your shape. Slow the pace down. We'll go back into the low block. And that's about all we can do. The injuries that I am getting, it's almost impossible to pick a team. So this is like the ultimate in terms of and I've played 2 games with 10 men. This is like, it is the en route to doing this. Single life has been good to me. I've lived all over the world, done all kinds of brilliant jobs, and single life, I couldn't have done it if I was married. I've worked in America, Czechoslovakia, Indonesia, Vietnam. I've travelled pretty much all over the world. There's only 2 things left on my bucket list of places to go. And so I think that I've had a really, really good life. And you don't have to be married to be happy. Go on, Crispy! Yes, for a boy who's only got 11 command on aerial ability. What a player. They're not going to shoot from there, are they? No. Is he giving it offside? I don't think he's going to, is he? Oh, yes, offside. I've been a singer-songwriter. I've been an art teacher. I've been a manager for most of my working life. I've had some crazy jobs, some brilliant jobs. We're just about hanging on here. I wouldn't change it for the world. Possibly, Simon. Very possibly. You never know. I need to shout at them, tell them to focus. We've just got a minute to hold on. You can do this, boys. Let's put them full backs on defend. It's a rear guard action now. I don't know why Crisp has only got a 6.6. I think he's had a brilliant game. Something wrong with the ratings here. 30 seconds. Come on, boys. Just hold on this set piece and we're there. Here he goes again, Crispy. He's got it. Slow down, slow down. Oh my God, they've got another highlight. Slow it down, slow down, slow down. Now what are you doing? That's it. 2 wins and a draw so far, playing defensively. That was with a team, half the team, I didn't even know who they were. Oh boy, that was tough. That was not easy. Kamasan makes his debut. He's obviously well regarded then, isn't he? Can't see why, but he didn't do bad. He did a good job. One of my finest hours, Wizard, was when I got to play the lead. Not the lead. What am I talking about? I played the lead in a couple of things, but not in The Sound of Music. When I got to play Freddie in The Sound of Music. I have often walked down the street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. And that was one of my finest performances. I will never forget that. But I also had an album in 1991. I was a folk singer and songwriter, and I've written so many songs. I recorded 11 of them, and sometimes I actually listened to one of them the other day. They brought back so many memories. It was so cool. Yeah, I wouldn't swap my life for anything. And I'm not sure that being married would be any better than what I've actually done. I wouldn't swap it for the world. Focus on transfers. What do you think I've been doing? But nobody will buy my players. Kutera's been on the transfer list since I got here. Don't tell me focus on transfers. The game is winding me up, and this is where it gets dis. It's called This One's for Donna. Donna was she was a love of my life, and it ended tragically. And so I kind of like just named the album This One's for Donna. Yeah, I don't want to go there. So I'm just looking at this Brentford. But the thing is, though, in my day, In 1991, there was no social media. There was no people uploading to YouTube and social media sites. So the only thing I have is copies of the tape that was made, and also I've had it transferred onto my computer. So that's the only record of me, and those who came to see me perform live, of course. But yeah, happy days. The only exam I ever failed in when I was in school was art. Then when I was 40, I went on to become an art teacher. Sometimes I wonder about my life. They're very brave, very aggressive. Closing these guys down and trying to hurt them is not going to work. Marriage is for some people. It was never for me. and I knew it was never going to be for me, because when I was 21, I was engaged to be married, but she died. She died in a road accident. And then when I was 29, I was engaged to be married again, and she died. She died of a very sudden onset of leukemia. And then I guess I just decided that marriage wasn't for me. So I guess that's why I then started traveling, working overseas, and then my life just exploded. And yeah, it was fun. See, Noah Crisp could be as good as Dragowski. I think he's better already than Dragowski. Could become better than Danny Gomez. Well, anybody can become better than Danny Gomez. I could become better than Gomez. Praise his recent form. Yeah, absolutely. You know, The Wizard, I am planning to upload videos of my album, but not on this channel, on my other channel. And I just started. I did a song I wrote when I started watching the Gulf War, and I was watching like this missile, a camera on the tip of this missile going in and out of these houses and streets, and then just suddenly went black when the thing exploded in someone's house. And I wrote a song called War and Peace, and I just finished it that night, and then we recorded it, and I was going to upload that because of what's happening in the world at the moment. But I've decided that I don't want my YouTube channel shut down by YouTube, so I'm not going to upload that in its current form. I'm going to just use it to talk about war in general, and I'm going to upload it. So it will be on my other channel. I am going to upload them, which hopefully will be well received. But they're not very good songs. They're not, because they're old. They're 1991, and they're kind of folk pop, and they're not great. They would not fit in the modern world. Now, if you mention certain things to do with what's going on in the war at the moment, then you will be shut down. So you just can't do it. There are things that you are not allowed to say, and so we don't say them. So anyway, it is now after 10 o'clock. I'm sorry we've only managed to play 3 games tonight, but that's comprehensive highlights. But I'll tell you something. I have had a much better time, and I've felt in control. And because I've been in control, we've beaten Leeds, we've drawn with Sheffield United, and we've somehow got through that cup tie. And I just feel happier playing the game in the way that I used to play it. And you guys can see how I play it, what I do, what changes I make on the pitch. And that's always why I set this channel up this way. That's why I wanted to do, I called it originally Under the Bonnet. That's what I called the live stream, so that people could see what I was doing under the bonnet. And so now you've had a chance tonight to see how I actually used to play the game before YouTube. And I'm not so upset, and I didn't get upset when we drew with Sheffield United when we should have won, because I know I had the opportunities to change that game inside the game, and I didn't do it. And we could have won it, even though we were down to 10 men in both games. We could have won that, Sheffield. And I take responsibility for that then, because I've seen pretty much the whole game. And overall, things are looking better now. And I think I will carry on doing this. It will take longer, but it will be truly under the bonnet. And it will be how I do things. And that's how I intend to go on, I think. I've enjoyed it a lot more tonight than I did in the last episode. And I think that's just all about being in control. So I'm going to say thanks very much for coming, guys. Yeah, my old channel is not about football. My old channel is teaching people how to create graphics. I taught myself how to edit and how to use motion graphics, and then I decided to do videos and stuff to help others. It also has drone video of my travels around Asia, so I don't know if it's of any interest. What I will do is because I'm not allowed to send links on here, what I will do is do a community post, and then the old channel I'll link to the song that I upload when it's ready, and then you'll have access to the old channel then. How's that? I suppose I can put the name of it in. It's called Fill Zone. I'm just going to type that into YouTube and see if it comes up. It only has about 800 subscribers. I wasn't very good when that came out. Yeah, it does come up, but it's halfway down the page. So if you type in Fill Zone, you will get to see it. So thank you guys for coming along, and I really do appreciate it. And when things are like this and chatty and fun, I'm absolutely having a great time. It's what makes me want to do YouTube. I appreciate all of you coming along. It's been a pleasure for me. And we'll see you. What day is it today? Tuesday. We'll see you on Thursday. Take care. Good night. See you all soon.